friends at Kardec Radio. Say hi, Virginia.
Hi, and good night. I hope you have a good sleep, everyone.
Thank you, Virginia.
And have a good day and night.
Thanks.
I hope you had a good July 4th.
Thank you, Virginia. I'll see you soon. Yes, Virginia was here with us because we just came back from the center, the Spiritist Center.
And we like you guys so much, we want to hug you.
Então vem aqui e fala pra eles isso. Eles não estão escutando. Fala aqui. Pode falar, se você quiser. Mas fala olhando pra eles, porque eles não estão escutando.
You guys want us to stay doing it, right, guys? So you have to be hearing this a lot.
Ok. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Vai lá com o papai, tá?
I hope you have a good night.
Thank you, Virginia. So Virginia is here because we came back from the Spiritist Center and it's late, but it's only a day a week that this happens. Now go with your dad. I'll see you soon, okay?
Okay, I hope you have a good day.
Thank you. Be careful when you go down. Thank you, friends. Welcome, everyone. Yay! Joy to the world, the Lord has come, and here we are together. Let us sing, let us pray, let us join our forces away. Thank you, Paula. Big hug to you today. I can see you, so I can say hello, Karina. Big hug to you. Thank you for helping Kardec Radio. Hello, Maria, José e Danielzinho. Beijo, beijo, beijo. Renata, how have you been? Saudade. Renata Casadei. Big hug to you and Maxi. Paula, dear Paula, big hug to you and Tony. Nora Brasil, Matthew Mills, thank you, Matthew. Lisa Teles, how have you been? What a joy, friends. Here we are. Yes, it's Christmas in July. Matthew, in the higher planes and especially in Happy Planets, it's Christmas every day. Yes, because there's always the dedication to the Christ Spirit that governs the planet. One day we'll get there. Can you imagine that feeling of Christmas every day? That feeling of people being kinder, more compassionate, fraternal, and more diligent, loving and caring. That day is gonna happen on earth. So for now, we just dream on it, right? It's a daydream or night dream. Okay? Thank you, Karina. Big hug to you. All right. We're studying the book, God Awaits, by the Spirit Mei Mei. For those who don't know, Mei Mei is a spirit of high stature, okay? If you read what book? Missionaries of the Light? She comes in the name Blandina. As far as I know, Missionaries of the Light, Blandina. She's the spirit that takes care of the school, the Institute for Children. So she's a very elevated spirit that wrote several books through Chico Xavier, and this is one of them. This is a short book of 21 messages. We're translating at Kardec Radio's team, making it available to you firsthand, and then we're going to give it to the publisher so they can hopefully publish it too. This publisher is Grupo Espírita Emmanuel and in Brazil, and we hope this comes true as well. All right, today we're studying chapter 2. Chapter 1 was titled Unexpected Renewal. That dream with Jesus we talked about yesterday, how was it for you? Always the renewal, right? Yes. And what a joy. Matthew Mills is saying, Santa Claus must love this kind of planet. I would like some reindeer capable of interstellar travel. Me too. If you find out one day, call me up. I'm ready to travel to Jupiter. I think. I'm not, of course. It's a very elevated planet. It's a happy planet. One day we'll get there. If you want to know more about Jupiter, how it is as a planet, go to the Spiritist Magazine, our app, or the website spiritistmagazine.org. Issue 16. Mozart is on the cover, and you are going to find the beauty of Mozart's reports on his internship. After that life as Mozart, he was granted an internship in Jupiter, came back and told the mediums at Kardec's time how Jupiter is. Enjoy, okay? Okay, today is a short chapter. It's called Something for Them. For whom? I'm gonna read the parts of it and comment. Are you ready? Breathing in and out. Let us feel the joy of God with us. Be compassionate towards those that cannot or do not know how to wait. They are everywhere. Oftentimes, they are victims of unsettling and fear. Observe how many went through their fine line of safety. Sometimes they are couples that do not tolerate the first conflicts in their marriage, and they separate. They go away in their commitment, embracing risks, in some circumstances creating more suffering. Case number 1. Some are mothers that reject their children, the ones that they carry in their womb, surrendering to the practice of abortion, and rejecting the presence of creatures, of individuals that would be instruments of redemption and comfort in the future, falling in the abyss of disease and imbalance. 2, 3. Sometimes there are those men who repel the problems in their tasks, and they escape away in doubtful situations, claiming for repose, rest, and entertainment that would give them rest and recharge. Others are sick friends or desperate friends that rebel against the anguishes of life and inclinate themselves towards suicide, destroying the very resources and opportunities that would actually give them the conquest and the victory of peace over themselves. Some other times, they are young adults, teens, who are hungry for freedom and pleasure, and they are pushed to immediate satisfaction, and they engage in hallucinogenic abuse, drug addiction, spoiling their own virtues that over time would give them the opportunity to construct their own happiness. Let us do something for them. Our brothers that ignore and do not want to accept the benefits of serenity and hope. Give them a few words of optimism and encouragement. Write something, a note that encourages them to the blessing of living and serving. Extend them your sympathy in a simple and spontaneous gesture of kindness. Repeat your consideration and be friendly in your conversation, collaborating in the sustenance of peace and solidarity. No, do not do not declare. Do not declare yourself without the possibility of contributing. Do not tell others that your hours are full of services and works to which you cannot distance yourself. Do something to the victory of the good. In the works of fraternity, those who love make time to do so. Thank you, Nora Brazil, for the translation. This was actually on-site translation because the printout didn't come to me on time. But I translated as I read the Portuguese to you. Forgive me, but later I'll give you the version, okay? But thank you so much. So let us go back to the very, very beginning. Let me see here. Our dear Lisa Teles, thank you so much for being here. Senhora Liz, congratulations for being such a loving mother, and the progress of your children is just an inspiration to me. Okay? Marilda, big hug to you. Célia Lancaster, Gabriel Inácio, what a joy. Larissa, big hug to you, Larissa. So friend, observe this. Thank you, Nora. If you're translated, keep posting, because it's gonna benefit everybody who is going to watch later as well. Okay? Thank you for helping. Let's go back. May titles it Something for Them. Question for you and I. How many of you were born with the training that you are a co-creator supposed to help others? Rarely. Majority of parents teach their children that they are born to do what they like, whenever they like, to fulfill their dreams, as if they're flying solo and the universe is to surrender to their feet. Big mistake. Oh no, Vanessa. Yes, my friends. In the Spiritist literature, we are being asked to coach our children to serve. Oh, but poor kids, no, not to work, but to be helpful, to be understanding, compassionate. We cannot allow our children, children are children, like Virginia, she's a normal child. She speaks like a child, but we always teach her, Virginia, are you sure? And I am not a perfect mother. Far from it. But the good spirits tell us, if you want to be a good parent, teach your children that they are born to serve God. And that doesn't mean to be a nun or a priest. No. To serve God in any occasion and everywhere and all the time. How do we serve? By helping our parents, by helping our friends, by helping our neighbors, by helping wherever we are. Oh, but then you're going to ask them to be a doormat. No. To be a doormat is another thing. We are coaching our children to be God's children, to be aware that they are God's children. We're just reminding them. But how about you? Do you feel yourself as a co-creator of God? Ask this question. Do I feel myself as a co-creator? What does that mean? It means that God gives you clay and it's on you to co-create. What do you want to do with the clay that God is granting to you? What do you want to do? Do we want to sculpt, to paint, to dance, to do whatever it is? It's our choice, as long as it's beneficial to everyone. When it benefits us alone, it's a big mistake. But then you can say and ask, but Vanessa, what if I get married. Is this selfish? No, as long as we know that that relationship is to boost each other's progress and to join forces to be useful in society. Not useful only to ourselves. Go to work, come back, and me, my mind to the family. No. It's all about how can we use the family time as well to help other families. What else are we here for? Our time is not mine. It's God's. Our vitality is given by God. So it's an illusion when we don't see ourselves as children of God. This text comes to us as and straightforward. She gives us a recommendation right off the bat in the first sentence. Be compassionate towards those that cannot or do not know how to wait, or do not know to wait. They don't know. How many people do you know that they don't know how to wait? Many. And he says, where are they? She says, it's everywhere. They are victims of this lack of quietude and fear. How many people do you meet every day that are unsettled, in a rush, and always afraid of something? Afraid of not being approved, of not being loved, afraid of being alone and abandoned, afraid of aging, afraid of being sick, fear after fear after fear. Let's rate our lives. Are we living a life of fears after fears? Or are we living a life filled with God's certainty? Let me talk about an example. A surgeon, like an oncologist, surgeon, he talks about cancer every day, all the time, because he sees cancer patients every day. He's going to do surgeries, etc. Does that mean his life is a cancer? No. Because he talks about cancer in people, is he a problem? No. It's his role. It's like the man who works in a prison, the guards. He's gonna talk about arrests, prison, violence, crimes, because that's the world he's immersed into. But that doesn't define the person. Like a psychologist, people come and they share their issues, but I need to train myself professionally not to allow my life to be an extension of the person's lives. If somebody goes into a mistake, that doesn't mean I'm going to be affected. So in this message, I see that our dear Mei Mei is training us to be emotionally wise, emotionally diligent. She says, observe the people who have problems, and she describes the problems. Observe that in the spiritist literature, these high spirits, they don't come to tell us, I quote unquote, of happy stories. They talk about problems in our world. It's like a physician. If a physician only has lessons on health without talking about pathologies, how is he going to recognize when diseases come true? He needs the balance. What is health and what is disease? We need a balance. So Mei Mei, she's talking about a beautiful thing, saying, be compassionate. Pay attention. You are being asked by life to do something. For whom? Case number 1. For couples. This is the first case. And this book was written in 1980. It's almost like 40 years ago, right? Mei Mei is reporting to us the first problem that happens in families. Couples who are barely married and they divorce because they don't want to commit. They don't want to face the conflict and work on it. We're not judging. She's just saying, do something for them. And you may be asking, what should I do? She gives us a list. She says, let us do something for them so they can achieve the benefits of serenity and hope. She says, the mothers who want to escape from being a mother and committing abortion. Nowadays, we see this insanity of people walking in the streets asking for the legalization of abortion. It's as if I walk in the streets saying, I want to kill somebody, give me the right to kill. I'm sorry, but you're asking for the right to kill. We shouldn't kill any life. But we understand what happens on the behind the scenes. That doesn't mean we're going to accept and approve of it. Oh, it's easy for you to say, Vanessa, because we're not judging. But Mei Mei is asking us, let us do something for them. That's why we created this space called Spirit Support for Parents. And we at the SSVA constantly, it's been 6 years, we stop on and off at an organization, Birthright, that gives support to women who are pregnant and don't have financial resources or emotional resources. They are helped so they can keep their babies and be supported throughout the whole process and beyond it. Does that solve the issue? No. But as Mei Mei says, we need to help. Because at the end of the day, if they commit abortion, they are predestined. They are creating for them diseases and imbalance. Even science points that out, the risks to the woman's health when the woman commits abortion. Hello, Rafael Medeiros, big hug to you. Sol Souza, super hug, Michele, saudade. Peri Soares, saudade. Hello, Daisy. Hello. All right. So, third case, men. He's talking about men who want to distract themselves, entertain themselves in doubtful occasions. So, he's talking about work, pleasure, entertainment, like pornography, like this happy hours that people do. Instead of going home, taking care of the families, they stay away. How many families go through issues because there are men who postpone their commitments in the name of pleasure and rest? 4, friends who are sick or desperate commit suicide. 5, teens who want pleasure and freedom end up in drug addictions. What do we do for them? She says something. We cannot cross our arms and do nothing. And you may be asking, what can I do? Now you have social media. There are many things we can do. Since teenagers, for example, are in Instagram, Twitter, if you create an account of beautiful messages for people who are thinking of suicide, and you start posting pictures with beautiful sentences saying, stay put, you're loved, you're this. Somebody, the guides and the good spirits, guide those people to get into those. Humberto de Campos once said that there was a woman who was an alcoholic. The only thing she used to do was to watch TV. She wouldn't leave her house. She was depressed. So the good spirits stopped at a spiritist center And in a mediumistic meeting, they whispered, they gave the following guidance through a medium. Create a spiritist program on TV to help people, so people go watch this instead of watching commercials on beer and wine, beverages, alcoholic beverages. When the medium disclosed the perception, many people at the mediumistic table said, no, this is vanity. If you want to be on TV, it's vanity. Our Spiritist Center doesn't do this, blah, 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 blah. So they didn't do it. Humberto de Campos discloses at the bottom of the message that at the very time that was allotted for the Spiritist Center to do the work in the spiritual realm, when this woman turned on the TV, she saw the alcoholic beverage commercial. So the good that we don't do gives room to darkness. The good that we don't do is a light that we don't shine, that we don't let shine. So what do? This little light of ours, we are gonna let it shine. Imagine if we here, Vanessa and you, at Kardec Radio, the host said, who are we? Oh my gosh, it's vanity to be there, Kardec Radio, sharing this, and then we don't share. But I'm not talking about myself. It's about the message. It doesn't matter if it's Vanessa, Carol, Brian, Fred, Angie. Of course, we have different styles, but we're just delivering. We're just like cute parrots. At least the other ones are adorable. And we share the message that we've come to know, so you and I, all of us, can be stimulated in doing the good. It's worthwhile. The other day, we were at a restaurant, and the waitress, whom we've known for 3 years, came to us and said she was very sad. I said, you look sad. What's happening? I'm so sad. What's going on? I'm sorry to ask you, but since you said it, what's going on? And she said, I've come to know that I have a cervical problem. I'll have to operate. I don't want to do it. I'm afraid. And then we said, don't worry, we're going to pray for you. Then I went home. We prayed. I said, Mentor Joseph, May says we need to do something. What do we do? He said, buy the book, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Stop by the restaurant and give it to her. But I asked, isn't she going to find it weird? Vanessa, it's either do the good or you don't do the good. What do you prefer? I said, okay, I think you're right. I breathed in deeply and I said, oh my gosh, okay. I went to the Barnes & Noble, bought the book, and then I came home, and then I said, today I'll go there. I went there, she wasn't there. And people were asking, why do you want to talk to her? You know, I brought this book for her. She told me about her surgery. Do you know when she's going to come back? Because they said she was going to travel. And then they said, no. Come back tomorrow at 11 a.m. She's going to be here. It's always 11, right? For some reason. And then, I'm joking. And then I said, okay, I will. The next morning, I had some things to do, and I said, I need to make time to be there. I came in. She saw me. She thought I was going to eat there. I said, no, I just stopped by. I'm sorry. I don't want to interfere with your life. But I thought about what you shared, and I felt like this would be a good book to give you strength. I hope you have a good trip. If you need anything, let me know. We'll be praying for you. And she said, oh, thank you very much. It said she was on duty, We hugged and left. It's not on me to go back and check if she read or she didn't, but we just deliver. Because if I were her, if I had told somebody who knew about a good resource to make me work upon myself, I would love that this person know that I'm open to receiving recommendations. So I would do the same. It was simple. We asked for permission, but look what Mei says. She didn't ask for us to go and change somebody's life. She just said, do something. Say a few words of optimism and encouragement. You don't need to lecture anybody, but just say, stay strong. We're praying for you. Think about it. Exercise, huh? In the next 24 hours. Let's think about this. One option. Say a few words of optimism and encouragement. Second option. Write a note that encourages people to the blessing of living and serving. You can do it on Facebook, Instagram, email, texting, messenger. Extend your sympathy. Being kind. Be considerate, meaning say thank you. The waiter comes, say thank you. Or at home, somebody cooks, we say, oh, it's so good. Oh, always recognizing the beauty in people's lives and sharing it. Right, Hercules? Hello, Hercules! And being friendly in our conversations. Let us do something to the benefit of all. And she wraps up. If people say they don't have time, she says, in matters of fraternity, those who love always make time. Chico Xavier is the role model of it all, besides Jesus, of course. He showed to us that when we love, we make time. Make time to be encouraging to your children, to your spouse, to your friends, to your family, and to whomever we encounter. After all, you are God's co-creator, right? You are a child of God, then what can you do? You are a child of God. You've reincarnated to learn to do good, and we are learning today with Mei. Thank you, Mei. We feel your sweet and kind presence. And in the next 24 hours, we pray that we keep this message inside of our hearts. Praying for all the friends who are troubled, who are in need. Let us pray. Send beautiful messages and hope. When they need, we're here. And when we need, others will be for us, hopefully, right? Because we need each other. We're not alone. That's it for today, dear friends. Thank you for being here with us. Until tomorrow, God willing, God awaits.